with his $10, with his $50. Less than 13 years. Yossi filled her up. His brachas, his tefillos, his masim tovim, and his simchas hachayim. Rav Simcha Wasserman says, page 43, of a mamre called, discourse called Tachlis, meaning what's it all about? He said this, a quote, said a person was created to exist among others, to be there for them, and to be a no-say. What is a no-say? Giver. Both the eulogies, Rachel and Leah that you said, were heart-wrenching, powerful, and the Kaddish Shema. I think it was in yours, Leah. You spoke about how Yossi comported himself in various settings, and that one morning in particular at the hospital, Yossi woke up. He went across his bed to retrieve his tzitzis. IV pole by his side. He went back around and started to daven, pray. Yossi could have reached for a small overhead light. Certainly hit the call button, asked the nurse or patient care tech to do that. But all the light he needed was in that room. His mommy was in that room. A serious illness, lo aleinu, can rattle people's sense of intactness. But yes, he had everything he would ever need. He had his maker. He had his Yiddishkeit. He had his precious soul, the spark. Yes, he also had a tremendous, clinically speaking, support system we call family. Yossi had Morris and Rebbeim who loved Torah, lived Torah, and instilled in Yossi and his classmates that same Ahavas Torah, Ahavas Hashem. The entire RTA family. Devoted and hardworking general studies teachers, school mom Mary Schumann. Yossi had his classmates, his friends. Yossi had Goldie, Sholi, Chani, and then, at that time, little Srula. Yossi had parents, has parents and grandparents who would go anywhere and did, and do anything and did. And the best part is Yossi knew it. Because Yossi knew you. Each of you. Every community has empathetic, sensitive, and kind-hearted individuals, but very few like this one. Yours, ours. We miss you. In advance of each Jewish month, it's also a prayer. We ask the Almighty for renewal. We ask for so much more. Blessing, strength, sustenance. And Chayim shel osher v'kavod, a life of wealth and honor. But look at the words. We're not asking for anything we can hold. We're asking for the treasures that transcend, that Yossi took with him. Yossi left this world in a sacred ascent with all that mattered. As you said, Michal, in yours, Yossi just wanted to be an ordinary kid. And yes, he was. But he also became a father. He became great. Those words, those 4 words, Zeh Katan Gadol Yiyeh, they came to be. They came to be. Tomorrow on Yossi's 18th yard site, Chai, like, we will say, or more like declare. This is before we even read the first word from Yossi's Torah. Atem b'dveikem Hashem chayim chayim kolchem hayom. Those who cling, who cleave, and at times of loss, just hold on, are alive today. Yossi, your candle continues to burn brightly. It always will. And collectively, Yossi, we will never forget you. We will never forget you. May the ultimate nechama, may we all know soon, of Tzion Yerushalayim, and Heira B'Yameinu. Amen. Mr. Lewis, please.
Thank you. I'd like to turn the microphone over to one of my former students instead of taking it myself, to tell you the truth. When Leah asked me if I'd say a few words today and keep it under 2 minutes, I said, probably under 20 minutes. No, I wouldn't do that. I know a lot of the people in here didn't know Yossi. You just know of you from looking at photographs and from this ceremony and looking at the things along the table over there. But if you want to have an idea of what Yossi looked like in a 3-dimensional way, look at his family. And you'll see the smiles and happiness of the Paley family. Yossi was a very happy boy. Not always happy when he had a long assignment to do before he got sick, but after he got sick, he never, ever complained. I continued to give him assignments, and he continued to do them. Rabbi Kleshtik arranged a way so that we could have a telephone conversation with Yossi to the classroom, and Yossi could participate in our classes that way. And I sometimes went to the hospital to see him and to his grandparents' house to see him when he wasn't at home. I think if you could take one lesson from Yossi, maybe it should be that instead of complaining about something, you do the best you can do and smile, just like Yossi.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Dr. Thomas.
Thank you for the great honor of speaking at this important event. I was Yossi's pediatrician and had just started my career when he was diagnosed with leukemia. It's hard to believe that that was 22 years ago, and yet I still frequently think about Yossi, and I'm certain that I'm a better physician because of my relationship with Yossi, his family, and the Jewish community. I can still remember making rounds at MCV when Yossi was first diagnosed and walking into his hospital room and seeing Yossi, his family, and this large group of friends and members of the Jewish community. I cannot remember the specific people present, but I clearly felt a strong sense of community as I saw all of the people there to support the Peleys. I had had very little interaction with any observant Jewish communities up until that moment, but I was immediately touched and continued to be impressed by the sense of community, family, love, support, obligation, and desire to take care of each other. I truly felt a sense of oneness as Jews, and importantly, human beings, as we all do our best to support each other. Though I am a physician and am technically trained in a very specific way to take care of children, I have come to realize that we all have important roles to play in supporting and caring for each other. I'd like to read part of a brief passage to you that was just published on a physician social media website called Kevin MD. The article is titled, "To Parents Who Have Lost Children, We Never Forget Your Children." Parents who have lost children, I want you to know something. We don't forget your children. We mourn with you. We question every decision. We relive every moment. We think of you on holidays and special occasions. We fight against the easier path, which is to feel numb, and so that we don't have to feel the gut-wrenching pain of losing patients. Because ultimately, we want to feel with you. Medicine is a sacred art, and we choose to put our hearts in the game. Your children walk beside us every day as we practice medicine, making us better at our jobs, helping us to connect more deeply. We carry your children as we carry on. Again, I'm honored to have this opportunity to share a few of my thoughts. Thank you, Yossi, and the Peleys for the opportunity to honor Yossi and for making me a better physician and a better person.
Dr. Amy. Topaz?
My name is On Topaz. I'm a cardiologist. I'm a father. I know the heart. I know a little bit of the soul. There is a paradoxical situation here today. In fact, you can feel that we can sit and talk about that wonderful child, Yossi, for hours, maybe for days, and somehow, we are unable to describe it precisely. We are unable to encompass all the wonderful character, the character that he had, the characteristics that he had, his beautiful smile, his wonderful soul. So, faithful to the Jewish philosophy, I humbly pose a question. Is it possible, in fact, that instead of cumulative sentences and ideas, is it possible that there is one word in Hebrew that encompasses and presents Yossi to the fullness, and in fact, may even connect us to Purim and to Shabbat? And the answer, again, humbly, I propose, is the word or, Aleph, Vav, Reish, in Hebrew, light. Or is not only the physical phenomenon that creates life. Or in Hebrew has a very deep meaning. Or in Hebrew means knowledge. Or in Hebrew means positive radiation of ideas. Or in Hebrew means blessing. Torah, Orah, for example. So with this idea, I want to propose that on this occasion, which we so frequently complete by the statement, Yehi Zichro Baruch, may I say, Yehi Zichro Or. Thank you.
Vice Case.
Thank you very much. I consider myself very privileged to have had the opportunity to teach Yossi at the Redland Torah Academy, a very special Talmud. The famous Gemara regarding Purim is Chayev Inish Levasumi Bepuraya Adol Yoda Ben Or Haman Lebaruch Mordechai. There's an obligation for a person to become inebriated on Purim to the point where he does not know the difference between the cursing of Haman and the blessing of Mordechai. And in light of the fact that in Jewish law and Jewish practice, drunkenness is considered a very despicable thing, there are many different opinions of how to explain this Gemara. There are some opinions, some rabbinic opinions, that it should be taken literally, that one actually should become so drunk on Purim. However, there are many other opinions. Some say it means that one should go to sleep and therefore not know the difference. Some say it means that you don't know the difference in the numerical values of these words. Many different opinions. I'd like to share with you what the Slonim Rebbe, the Nesiva Shalom, said about this. He said that it's not necessary to have any external stimuli like alcohol. What the Gemara means is that a person should rejoice and become inebriated b'puraya through Purim. That not doesn't mean on Purim, but it's through Purim. That person should become so enamored with the happiness of the day of Purim that it does not need any external stimuli. The day of Purim is so meaningful to us. It shows the hand of Hashem in our lives, in the history of the Jewish people. And just knowing that Hashem is there, Hashem is always with us, causes a tremendous happiness and joy. That is the day of Purim. And no external stimuli are really needed. And I feel that this describes Yossi. Yossi's essence was joy. He was intrinsically a happy boy. His essence was loving Hashem, loving Torah, loving his family and friends, and loving life. And we can all learn from Yossi to infuse our lives and our circumstances with happiness and joy. Yhi Zichro Baruch. May our remembrance of Yossi be a blessing for all of us.
I'd like to recognize State Senator Glenn. Please come to the table. Honored to introduce Baruch Shem.
I'm not sure that, it's possible for the Neshama of Yossi to go any higher than it already is. But if there is a way, then this certainly might be a way. To have a Sefer Torah dedicated to Yossi, the memory of Yossi, is a remarkable thing, not just for his Neshama, but for all of us, that will use the Sefer Torah, and that's what our lives are. That's a Jewish life. A Jewish life is Torah. And just a couple of memories I had about Yossi when I taught him is that, as everybody said, his smile was a contagious smile. It was just an unbelievable smile. And the year that he learned on the phone with us, when he was in his grandparents' house, was a remarkable year for me personally and for the Talmidim. He used to participate just as if he was sitting in the class, and everybody listened to him give over his questions and answers. And we had this game, this basketball game, and he would have the basketball set up in his own little room in his grandparents' house. And he would say, "Okay, Yossi, it's your turn to shoot." And he would say, "I made it, yeah, I made a 10. I say, "Yossi, did you really make a 10? Come on, did you?" Right? And he would say, "Yeah, Rabbi, I made a 10. Right? Yeah. I said, "Okay, we're putting it on the board right now." Right? And it just was a very, very special year. I have to say that, I don't know, I really thought that Yossi was going to beat this thing. And I was very shocked. And of course Hashem has his ways. Hashem knows and he runs the world. But I just want to say that I hope this day is a true nechama for the Paley family, that they it's been very, very, we all know how difficult this has been for their family for 18 years. And I hope that this Sefer Torah, I really hope this Sefer Torah gives nechama to not just the Paleys and the older Paleys, the grandparents, and all of our family, but should give nechama to our whole community. We should be zoicha to the Bias Gold Tzedek, Bimei of Yameinu, Yizrich Baruch.
Mr. Paley, please.
I want to thank everybody for coming, especially thank my daughter-in-law and Jonathan Cantor, who has proven that even after 18 years, he's still a true